Hi guys, welcome back to the Moneycontrol live stream. You're watching Closing Bell with me, Nandita, Khemka.
And I'm Yatin, Mota.
Well, Yatin, another day when the Nifty failed to defend that 19,400 mark. Even yesterday we were in the green, but we couldn't really defend that 19,400 mark. And even today we've cooled off from the day's high. In fact, ending just shy of that 19,400 mark once again. But if you look at the mid-cap end of the markets, the Nifty mid-cap index did hit a fresh high in today's session. And, when we look at sectors, it was the metal, auto and FMCG basket that did well. But banks once again succumbed to selling pressure and ended in the red. You also have the Pharma pack, IT as well as PSU banking index once again under pressure. Among the top Nifty gainers, you had the likes of HDFC Life, ITC, NTPC, Hero Moto and M&M among the gainers. On the losing end, you had BPCL, Cipla, Bajaj Finserv, Eicher Motors as well as TCS. But Yatin, mid-cap index hit a fresh high in today's session.
Absolutely, and stock specific action continues on Dalal Street. And if you look at the mid-cap index today, almost a percentage higher. And if you look at the small cap index, almost 0.8% higher. So nearly 100 points up on the small cap index and 400 points up on the mid cap index. And that is the reason why the advance decline ratio was almost 3:2 as far as markets are concerned. Now, if you look at Nifty 500, the stocks like BHEL were up 10% and a good move coming in there. NBCC, Adani Power as well as Linde India are the other stocks which saw some momentum. These stocks were up anywhere between 5 to 10%, and NBCC has hit a fresh 52-week high in trade today, almost 7% higher for that stock. Now, if you look at stocks which are not doing well, Colgate, Palmolive, and this stock after the analyst meet, the expectations were quite high, and probably management did not probably give those juicy details that the market were expecting, and probably the stock cooled off for 4% down intraday, but settled almost 2.5% lower. If you look at small caps, we have Welspun Industries. That stock was up nearly 6.5%. Hindustan Copper, that stock was a top F&O gainer, 6% up for that stock. And if you look at the mid-cap end of the market, we had stocks like Trident, Tata Communications, Tata Tele, Maharashtra, all of these stocks flying in trade.
All right, lots of high flyers in the mid-cap end of the market. But let's also take a look at some of the stocks that are on our radar this afternoon. What was not doing well today, Yatin, was Aurobindo, Pharma, given the fact that there was a double whammy for the stock, so to say, given the fact that Citi has downgraded the stock to sell and the target price has been raised. Even though the target price has been raised to 750 versus 660 earlier, the brokerage sees somewhere around 12% potential downside from current levels on the stock. It also believes that the growth levers for the near term are pretty limited, and it does not expect any kind of material improvement in the US generic dynamics as well. At the current levels, product pipeline offers limited comfort, and it is factored into the valuation, and the near term upside levers appear to be priced in, including the Revlimid launch as well as improvement in its injectable business. If you see the first quarter performance, operating performance saw an improvement, but profits were under pressure and slumped somewhere around 20% on a YY basis, even though margins came in much better than street expectations. In another news, the US arm of Aurobindo has recalled drugs due to manufacturing lapses. Now, it has recalled rufinamide tablets on the 21st of July, as I said, due to manufacturing lapses, and the recall of course is due to quality issues, manufacturing deficiencies. But if you look at the stock price, it is up somewhere around 90% on a YTD basis. It has run up a fair bit, and as Citi has mentioned, all the upside levers have already been factored into the valuation. And if you look at the stock price, at current levels, the trailing PE of 24x is something that's still cheaper compared to the likes of Cipla and Sun Pharma, even though the stock has run up somewhere around 90% or thereabouts on a YTD basis. But as Citi mentions that the upside may be limited from here, looks like the going could be a little tougher for Aurobindo from here on.
And Aurobindo, Nandita, is the top gaining stock on the BSE Pharma index.
Yeah.
The stock was up almost 95% last time I checked. So good move already has come in Aurobindo.
Yeah.
Probably at higher levels there is some bit of profit taking which is happening. But one stock which is moving non-stop is Bharat Forge. Today Nomura came out of the report with a buy call with a target of 1157. Now We have seen Bharat Forge do well in the US markets, the export markets when it comes to the auto ancillary business. But I think the company has been talking about the kind of export markets which is moving higher for the defense business. Now, Nomura believes that the leading export player in the private sector could be Bharat Forge moving ahead. In fact, the kind of ramp up that we can see in FY24 and FY25 with respect to the defense business could be large for Bharat Forge. In fact, the company can get multiple orders from multiple geographies, and the product pipeline also for Bharat Forge has been quite big. They recently got a arms license, small arm license from the government of India, the defense department. They already have been exporting various military guns to a non-conflict zone according to their press release. And yes, they are moving into various verticals in the defense segment. In fact, Nomura is estimating a 20% higher EBITDA margin for Bharat Forge in the coming financial year. So, clearly with strong margins and export opportunities, defense is one segment for Bharat Forge which could do well apart from the core auto ancillary business according to brokerages, and probably that is the reason why the stock is moving quite fast in last 4 or 5 trading sessions. Today also closed at the day's high, 3% higher for this one, and this is the only stock, Nandita, which I have been tracking and talking. So during the results also we spoke about this, and now brokerages have been bullish on the core business of Bharat Forge as well as the defense business as well.
That's true, Yatin, but I think I have also been pointing out pretty frequently that price to earnings ratio compared to the sector peer is a little higher, and the stock has run up somewhere around 20% or thereabouts. Correct. On a YTD basis. But the next stock on my list today is Eveready Industries. It's a battery maker, it's a household name, and a 100-year legacy, so to say. The shares have hit a fresh 52-week high. It's the upbeat management commentary that has triggered optimism on the stock. Given the fact that earnings were fairly muted for the company, 13% up move in profit, first quarter profit on a YY basis, but it's a management commentary, upbeat commentary coming in on the revenue trajectory and the margin trajectory that has been triggering gains on the stock for a second straight session, if I may say so. The company aims to achieve 14% revenue growth in the second half of the year, and margin it expects around 10 to 12% range for FY24. If you look at the lightning category, it saw an impressive 20% growth in the first quarter on a YY basis. Now, this category constitutes somewhere around 22% of its turnover. And if you look at the battery segment, that grew somewhere around 6%, and it contributes somewhere around 6%, 62% rather of the total turnover. Now, the company commands 50% market share in the consumer battery market, and the raw material prices and foreign exchange volatility has also eased off a bit. But in the first quarter, it saw some bit of pressure on profits on the back of increase in advertising and promotional expenses. But given the fact that the management has given a pretty optimistic picture of the second half of the year, looks like things are pretty much charged up for Eveready's going forward, Yatin.
Absolutely, and Eveready is one stock wherein the promoters had some bit of headwinds with respect to the group debt, and the stock around COVID time corrected a lot and has seen some bit of bounce back. If I remember correctly, the Burman family, which controls Dabur, has been buying shares of Eveready, and ever since that news came out, the stock has stabilized, and today also has gained nearly 12% quite smartly.
Well, then those were the stocks on our radar this afternoon. I think we've come to the end of this edition of Closing Bell. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below, and of course join us tomorrow at 8:30 AM to catch all the pre-market action, and of course get your all your stock related queries answered by expert on the show. But for now, it's a goodbye from me and Yatin. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay tuned to Moneycontrol for all your other news and updates.